evening and welcome to another edition of Sit Back with Shaq. It's a Wednesday evening. It's a rainy Wednesday evening. Well, you know what? Thankfully, this is something that we would have definitely welcomed with open arms. It's really been very, very hot the last couple of weeks or so. We're all set to go with another great show with another fantastic personality and also a musician that we got at the latter part of the show as always. Speaking to personalities, speaking to celebrities, speaking to stakeholders of individual industries. That's what we do. But we do it in a very casual, very sit-back manner because we obviously catch them wherever they are, and more often than not, they're actually at their homes in their own atmosphere, and makes it so very easy for us to actually have a chat with. Today, we got another very interesting individual and a stakeholder of the event industry in Sri Lanka. Going to speak to him in just a bit. Going to take a quick break. We will be back right here, going live on the PodHub platform, which is brought to you by the Bristol Institute of Business Management. This is Sit Back with Shaq. We live in a world that requires answers for complex problems. To understand the intricacy of details, we need fresh minds and individuals dedicated to answer the world's calling. At the Bristol Institute of Business Management, we are looking for more of the best minds, more free thinkers, and more problem solvers to gear them for that very call. Here's to those who want more from life, who want more from the things that actually matter. A whole new take, a whole new vision. To those who see much more in the little things, who want more from challenging the bigger things. To those who go for the goal. An arsenal of academics who strive for more. Here's to every one of them. And here's to more and more. A network of leaders who change more than the ordinary. This is much more than just an MBA. This is an MBA that will change the way you work. Welcome to the MBA from the University of the West of England. Welcome back to Sit Back with Shaq, coming to you live on the PodHub Facebook page. Keep it obviously on the page. You got so many interesting things actually happening on the page in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, as we bring out lots of different stuff, all digital for you on the social media platform. And today on the show, of course, we've got a stakeholder, like I said, in the event management industry, and we're going to be talking about the Event Management Association that's actually been put up, and there's a lot of buzz around that one. I'm going to find out more details. We have Roshan Wijeyaratne on the show with us, going to cross over live. Hi Roshan, nice to have you on the show.
Hi, good evening, good to see you after a long time.
Good to see you after a very long time too, and we constantly bump into each other at restaurants. I think that's about it. Apart from that,
Yeah.
we obviously haven't really had a chat about what's going on in this particular industry right now. And we're going to get into the association in a bit. Now, you've been in the event management industry for about 25 years. You've seen lots of ups and downs in the last 25 years, from uprising to financial situations, economic crisis in the country at point. Terrorism was something else that we obviously encountered as far as the industry is concerned. How hard would you say the situation we're going through right now is compared to everything that we went through in the last 25 odd years?
I think, Shaq, this is the worst we have faced. We've done events even with the war. We had presidents trying to ban entertainment in Sri Lanka many years ago because they said that we shouldn't have entertainment because there's a war going on. But this, I think, is the worst because, yes, one is because of COVID, but also we started getting hit from last year. It started with political turmoil where we lost quite a bit of work towards the end of 2018, going into 2019. And then the Easter Sunday attack. So there we lost all our work.
Okay.
Some of us ran our companies for 24 months without any work, but we survived, we sustained, we were able to do that. But this year was going to be a recovery month. But when this happened, well, we didn't have anything to fall back onto as well. So I would say this is the worst that our industry has suffered.
Now, in terms of the industry itself right now, how is the industry handling it now? You've been one of the stalwarts in the event management industry. How is the industry as a whole stomaching the situation? Even though it's a bit better now compared to what it was a couple of months ago, but still, we're still not full blown, as you say.
Shaq, we are going to get hit from right? Because we've survived, yes, we've managed since March, we've been going on since March. But what happens is that, everybody was enjoying the moratorium offered by the government because we, like the Prime Minister, got our industry included in that, right? But that ends now, right? So we start from September, everyone has to start paying loans to leases, to everything, and there isn't work yet. Yes, there will be a small events happening here and there, but that's not enough to sustain. We are doing online work, but it's going to take a few more months for work to get back to normal. And it will bounce back, but it's just to try and survive the next 6 months. That's going to be the toughest.
Now we see events like you said, it's slowly making its way back, and the industry is taking baby steps because obviously there is quite a few things that you need to consider right now. It's not like, okay, slap bang, we're going to basically kickstart an event right now. But it's a whole process with the pandemic in full force. The health ministry has given you guidelines that you need to follow. So if you are planning on putting an event together for 3 months, now obviously it's extended mainly because of what is going on right now. How long, in your personal opinion, do you think it will take for it to be full blown again? Can we sort of say, come Christmas, we'll be back to normal, so to say, how we were before?
Well, I think it's going to be after Christmas, not before Christmas, because people are still cautious. That companies are very cautious in terms of spending. So they don't want to spend this year. They have cut down on their budgets a lot. And everybody's waiting there. They are hoping for the vaccination to come in and, for them to get back to normalcy. So I have a feeling that it's going to be next year that when we really get back to what it was before.
You think the event industry right now can actually, now you said survival is the name of the game. You've survived so far. I don't know if you had certain companies unfortunately shutting down because of the fact that they couldn't pull through this, but you say they are, you believe most probably next year. Would we see the industry holding on till next year with the companies that we have right now?
It is tough, Shaq. We are working on from the association. We are actually, we've also got together with the advertising industry. We are approaching the government to see what relief they can give us. We are not asking for money, but extend the moratorium so that we can continue for the next couple of months, that we don't have to start paying up immediately. And still, people are doing various other things. We cut down a lot. A lot of companies have cut down on their expenditure. So, from the association, we are trying our best to see how we can move forward and how we can interact with the government, engage the government to sustain our industry.
Let's just see if we can actually get your voice. I think your voice is a bit sort of muffled at the moment. Maybe we get closer to the mic. Maybe that might help.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds so much better, Roshan. It's good to see you right in front of the camera. Also, it's nice.
Okay. I'll get a little bit closer. All right.
Okay, you touched on the Event Management Association. We're going to talk in length about the association because I see there's a lot of work that the association has already started. Let's basically start off from the top. What's the main reason for the association with the event managers coming together, or event management companies coming together? What's the real reason for it, Roshan?
Okay. Our industry, right? We've been going different we haven't been united. We are an industry that is 30 plus years, right? When we started way back in 1990, there were two, three of us who events at a professional level. I mean, today I think we have over 75 companies in the event industry. After the attack, there was many who came up with this idea. Two, three of them I got together and said, let's bring this industry together. Right? And we were invited for a meeting. And we said, okay, let's meet up. How we can. Well, at that time, I thought, okay, will this actually happen? Because sometimes in this country, it's not easy to bring people together, get them together. And when we that day, and the committee was formed, and when the committee started meeting, I thought, wow, this is amazing. For me, it was really nice to see this happening in our industry. And there were companies where, we were not seeing eye to eye. Right? Some of us were not talking to each other before, we came to the association. And we started working together. And it was we all felt, that this is work, and we are going to get together and see how we can improve this industry. Because it's a good, and there's a lot we can do. Standards have been going down, right? And if we don't come together, this industry is going to face a lot of confusion. So I think the way we are going right now is very positive.
Now, the industry, the association itself, when you put it together, are you putting down rules of do's and don'ts in the event management industry itself? What you should do, what you shouldn't do? Is that how we're planning on looking at it?
Okay, yes. So there are a couple of attack. One is to improve the industry. How do we improve our standards in terms of on the technical side and also on safety? We deal with a lot of foreign companies who come and have their events here, right? So we need to, especially myself, we need to standards, to improve our standards. So one is that we want to, right, at every level, for lighting, for sound, for production, for safety, right? We want to deal with the hotels. We will get the hotel management to come and speak to our members to give some time, because the majority of us in the industry are not people who have studied this stuff. Right? Even if you look at our lighting programmers, the technicians, they all learn on the job. Right? So it's high time that we also train people so that we can improve further, right? And how the other is also venue management, with the hotel banquets and general managers, with companies, to bring in standard, right? You also need to look at, you can't do anything like this, you can't do price control, but we can give guidance to the members to sustain how you can take it forward. So it's a lot of things that we're looking at doing. I mean, we are a very young association. We met straight after the Easter Sunday bombs. It took us a while to get ourselves registered because we had to do the constitution, and that was going up and down because everybody had to agree to it. We were thinking long, and we got our approval in December, right? So our membership drive actually started in January, right? And then COVID happened. But still we work with the lockdown, we still work. We've got, I think, up to now 60 odd members in the association. We have, I think, 20 or 30 applications which we have to review the need and give members. We have a very specific criteria for membership so that we can. So that's what we're looking at with the association.
So, I mean, those are some of the questions that obviously I want to find out from you also in terms of the whole vetting process to get into the association, and who can actually be a part of it. What's the criteria? We're going to get into all that before, but you did touch on the pricing of stuff. Are you collectively as an association? Are you looking at offering like one price Is there a pricing structure that everybody in the association has to follow? I mean, these are things that I think just dig through and find out exactly how the association is going to necessarily operate.
Yeah, so basically, in terms of, I think it's breaking up. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I know. We can definitely hear you, but it's just breaking up a bit. That's not a problem. We'll try and work it out. These are the unfortunate technological situation that we have no
Okay.
control over. So we still have to ride the wave, as they say.
Right. So, talking of pricing, Shaq, what we are trying to do is give some kind of guidelines to the industry, to the companies, stick within the prices, like minimum prices and so on. You can enforce it. You can give some kind of guidance. So we work together, right, and try and maintain that because it's high time the people in the industry started because some of the companies are running, they're not taking profit because the pricing has come down to such level because for survival, sometimes people are just doing it because
Right.
keep their cash business, right? So we need to guide them and tell them, look, we need end of the day, yes, the client gets the benefit, but not the event company or the equipment supplier or partners. So we need to educate them and also guide them saying, look, I can because I mean, 20 years ago, we had decent profit and we made money. It's just that the margins are so low right now. So we have to unite to come together if we are to move forward, if we are to get profit, so that we can keep investing and also upgrading our systems and moving on with the technology that is out there, that we can improve the industry.
Now, also, in the last couple of months, I see that the association had met some key members of the government also. I mean, obviously, you also met the president, you met the prime minister, you've had various discussions. How have these discussions helped you in the situation that the industry is in right now?
Okay, so our first meeting, Prime Minister, and he acted immediately. I mean, the same evening itself, he spoke to the Treasury Secretary and arranged a meeting. We met the Secretary the following morning, and Central Bank was just giving the documents that day, and we were included under circulars, so we were recognized there. The thing is that we don't come under any ministry right now. So we need regulations as well for that. So we met with the health minister to see how we can start them, and we also got into a proposal we had. So we were part of a committee that put the guidelines together. We had two members from our committee in that. We met the Minister of Trade because we wanted our industry registered as a trade, right? And also we met Minister Vikramanayaka just a week ago. So I think, are going to come under his ministry. We need to think long term, Shaq, because both is going to open up, right? We are going to have the Indian companies, we are going to have the Chinese companies who are going to come here. Already there are few, in outdoor branding and so industry, we need to protect our companies here. So we need some kind of government regulations to come in. So first thing is to us, for us to come under a ministry so that we can work with them to bring in those regulations.
Now, in terms of the ministry itself, now you've had discussions with quite a few individuals in the government, as we see. Where do you stand now? Has the event management industry been put into a certain ministry? I mean, considering the fact that you've been speaking to them, where would you fall into, or what is a ministry that you would most probably fall into if there is a case that's been made? I think we've unfortunately got stuck there with Roshan. Yeah, technology. This is what the story is with technology. Let's see if we can actually take a quick break right now. I need to actually ask that question from Roshan once again. We'll see, get him back on the show. Right here, there are a few more questions that we need to find out about the Event Management Association, which has been formed and which is obviously in full force right now. Quite a few things that we need to find out. We'll get him back on right after this, and we'll have him back on the show.
We live in a world that requires answers for complex problems. To understand the intricacy of details, we need fresh minds and individuals dedicated to answer the world's calling.
At the Bristol Institute of Business Management,
We are looking for more of the best minds, more free thinkers, and more problem solvers to gear them for that very call. Here's to those who want more from life, who want more from the things that actually matter. A whole new take, a whole new vision. To those who see much more in the little things, who want more from challenging the bigger things. To those who go for the goal. An arsenal of academics who strive for more. Here's to every one of them, and here's to more and more. A network of leaders who change more than the ordinary. This is much more than just an MBA. This is an MBA that will change the way you work.
welcome to the MBA from the University of the West of England. We were talking about this. Technology is an absolute bummer. When you know that you've got it sorted out, it comes back and basically bites you in the butt. That's the problem, unfortunately, with technology. Now, the question that I asked you before, unfortunately, we broke up there, is the discussions that you had with the government and the members of the government so far in wanting to have the event industry included in any of the ministries. How has that worked out for you? Is there some headway in that? Are you going to go under a ministry of sorts?
Yes, it's very, very positive. And the minister, last week was a meeting. So
Right.
he's already working on getting our association registered with the ministry so that our members also become automatically they get registered with the ministry.
Right.
We've already had meetings with the Sri Lanka Tourist Board. We've already registered ourselves with the Tourist Board.
Okay.
And so we are recognized by the Sri Lanka Tourist Board as well. And then also we are working with the Federation of Chambers and so on, then our registration with them. Plus, Shaq, we are also working with overseas associations.
Okay.
So from locally we have the government, yes, we will come under the list. And the discussions are very, very good and very positive, and we are very excited about it. And so this way, the ministry is also very keen to help the industry first, because he was there at the concert. He saw what we did, and he has already told us he wants a few more concerts organized,
Wow.
including outstation. He wants our association to do it.
Right.
So we are already planning the proposals for that. So the association is going to be quite busy, helping our members at least getting some work,
Right.
and engaging them for all these events.
Now, your association that you put together, what are the qualifications that a person who has basically just started an event management company, what are the qualifications he or she needs to be a part of the association? Is there a vetting process of sorts that like other clubs and other associations have? Is there a recommendation, because lots of the clubs obviously that you and I are part of, obviously somebody has to recommend you to be a part of it, and then you go through an interview process and all that stuff. How does it work with the Event Management Association?
So basically, you have to be a legally registered company. Individuals cannot join the association. It's only
Okay.
an organization that can join. It can be a proprietorship company or a limited liability company.
Right.
You have to have a minimum of 5 years experience in the industry,
Okay.
with a minimum of 30 years, 30 events over these 5 years.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is, Shaq, we have people sometimes who just get into this industry, they are there for 6 months, they are there for a year or 1.5 years, and then they are out.
Right.
Right. So we want to make sure that our members are experienced, they are professional, because we are going to promote our membership even with the overseas association,
Right.
especially
Right.
for my clients. So with the companies, we will have a members directory that will be given to all the hotels, all the companies. We are already talking to EMA in India. Uh, the interesting part is the president there is also Roshan.
Right.
So I've been communicating with him as well to see how the two associations can work together.
Right.
So that way, what we are trying to do is, it is basically promoting our memberships for our directory. I mean, there were questions asked by people saying, okay, look, what are you doing? Okay, you're putting all these names together in a directory, and all the main companies also can lose work.
Right.
We said that's the idea, because we want to help even the smaller companies, they should be recognized. So if you're a member of the association, you are recognized. So you will have a directory that will give a list of event management companies, that will have a list of equipment suppliers, and also you have the wedding planners.
Right.
And this directory will be updated every year. So January 2021, the directory will be out, and then we'll be regularly adding online, plus a printed copy will be out every year.
Okay. Now, I mean, hypothetically speaking, in the event management industry, would you say, give or take, there's about 100,000 people in the industry in Sri Lanka?
Yeah, if you look at entertainment, with the entertainment industry, we did a rough survey and we came up with a number of 100,000.
Okay.
We figure that the total industry is around maybe 30 billion, the value
Wow.
of the industry. That's what we feel. But we've got together with, we are part of the Markham Collective, which is with the ad industry, printing. There are 6 associations that have come together. We've also hired Ernst and Young.
Okay.
So there was proper research done.
Right.
They've done the entire proposal. We've had many meetings, and we'll be meeting the Prime Minister as well very soon, and making a presentation. We are coming up with a lot of proposals for our clients as well, for our clients to get certain benefits or tax benefits and so on their advertising and event spend.
Right.
So as a result, what we want is, we don't want the company to cut down on their advertising budgets
Right.
or their event budgets, right? So if they get some kind of tax concessions on their event spend and advertising spend, that money will be diverted towards our industry. So it's not just going with a begging bowl and asking the government for money,
Right.
but coming up with proposals as to how they can help even our clients
Right.
to keep our industry going.
Now your association, like, I mean, the reason I asked you the number was the fact that you've got 100,000 individuals who are dependent on the association, and we're not looking at event management. We're not looking at the managers itself. We're looking at the low level staff, from guys who actually carry the lights to people who build the stages and hammer things down. They are dependent on this industry because this is what they do. In terms of financial support, will the association be equipped to actually provide financial support for individuals who are dependent?
No, Shaq. We won't be able to give any financial assistance to companies.
Okay.
I mean, this is something that some have come up also, because the association is there. We cannot get involved in guaranteeing or
Right.
giving financial.
Right.
So we are also not there to police the industry.
Right.
That's why I said we are not going to put price control and so on, and we cannot get involved in business transactions between two companies.
Right.
We can only be there to make sure that, when we go to venues and hotels, that make sure that our members are our crew, our staff is treated properly. We have proper facilities
Right.
that all that is provided. Then also in terms of training is provided, and so it's basically seeing how we can help the industry, but of course definitely not giving financial help as such.
What is the advantage, hypothetically speaking, if I have an event management company and I actually fall in the criteria of what you mentioned, that I've been in the industry for 5 years, I've done 30 odd events in those 5 years, I am a registered company. What are the perks that I am going to get by joining your association compared to if I actually stay on my own and carry on my business, hypothetically speaking?
Okay, so we had meetings with almost all the five-star hotels,
Okay.
right? And one general manager, right? He said, from the time I came to Sri Lanka, it's been a few years, but this is the best news that I've heard, that the event industry has come together to form an association and
Right.
that they want to help us.
Right.
The reason being because their revenue on banqueting is very high,
Right.
right? And what they say is, look, there is no one you can go to. There's no one answerable. When you have issues, when you have problems, there is no a body that you can go to, right? And there's nobody doing training or looking at safety standards and so on. Right? I said, at least now there is an association that we can talk to.
Right.
So what we do is we encourage all the venues to work with our members.
Right.
So we are there as an association like this, Shaq. I mean, you have a company
Right.
and you go to a venue, you go and mess up things there.
Right.
There is no discipline, who is not disciplined, you're basically affecting the industry.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
And the hotel can complain too. So we can talk to the member and see how we can sort this out.
Right.
And if this member continues doing it, then obviously we will have to suspend his membership.
Right.
Right? Because we are looking at setting standards.
Right. Right.
We will also then be all the hotels about, say, okay, so and so member is suspended.
Right.
So that we want people to fall in terms of quality, train, delivery, and so on. That's
Right.
only way we can perform.
Right.
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 Within the company, private sector companies, we will be talking to them. We are encouraging them. We've already started engaging some to work with our members
Okay.
because these are professionals in the industry. They are part of our membership. We've also discussed on the tourist board where MICE events, that even when they go on exhibitions, how can the event industry association go with them, right, to promote them. Then we will engage with the foreign associations to promote our membership. Right. So in addition to the training and workshops and so on, that's what we are going to do. Also, that our members will work within the membership. For
Okay.
example, if I'm a member of the association and if I need sound, lights, staging, I will only hire equipment from a member.
Okay. Okay.
So the members will be working amongst themselves and will be engaging each other. So you have all those benefits. So that's why it's important to be a part of EMA, come together so that we can work.
So Roshan, now obviously there is a school of thought that this maybe has happened in other industries also. That people obviously come together in terms of an association when things are tough, when things are difficult. But when obviously things are back to normal again, is the association still going to be full blown the way you hope it would be, or are they basically going to go all down their own paths, which we've seen happen to other industries and associations before?
For sure, Shaq, that happens, but we are very focused and we've done so much within 6 months or 8 months. Right? And we are working so hard to make sure that even our constitution, to everything is done that we are looking at long term.
Right.
And we are not looking at just, now we have a crisis, so let's see how we can get out of this and then things get back to normal. No, we still want to make sure that we move forward. And we want people in the industry. I mean, if you look at the concept that we have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, many people ask us, okay, why did you all have this concept? Right? Why was the concept long? Right? If you look at the entertainment industry, you know, if you look at the musicians, they have worked for
Right.
5 6 months,
Right.
right? So thought was okay with the Ministry of Health, with the guidelines. Let's try and do this startup concept to kickstart the industry. So we worked very closely with them. Right? We wanted to feature as many as possible at the concert in terms of musicians. We were looking at more like music fest, not just 2 hour concerts.
Right.
Whether you have Woodstock or whether you have the guitar festival or Boomad festival or whatever, so you come there, you're there for 5 hours or 6 hours, you enjoy the music. So we had DJs, right? We had the classical bands, we had the pop bands, we had the western bands, we had the drum troops. So we basically, you know, over 75 musicians benefited by this concept, right? We also had 15 companies who were hired to work, from supplying equipment, chairs,
Right.
to the toilets, to, you know, manpower and so on. So everyone got
Right.
paid.
Right.
The only people who didn't get paid was the committee.
Okay.
Right. So there, what happened was that the committee decided none of us are going to hire equipment to the association.
Okay.
We are going to, the committee is going to work to give the benefit to our members.
Right.
So we gave, for example, the chairs were hired from a member, the screens were hired from a member. So as much as possible, we gave it to our membership. We
Right.
told the committee, whatever you're doing, you bring your stuff, you work, but you're not going to do it. Now, even, for example, Bhartiya is in our committee.
Right.
And he's the only musician who didn't get paid
Right.
because he's a part of the committee.
Right. Right.
And we had the committee companies bringing their staff to, you know, do ushering and do all the work.
Right.
So, and we are looking at doing that. It's going to continue because we are planning quite a few events,
Right.
and we will be working the government with their support, with their blessing as well. And we are going to give this work away, right? So that, you know, as much as possible, try and give work to companies in the association.
No, Roshan,
And
one. Sorry. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on.
no, go on, tell me.
No. This is one thing that you know. This. One of your requirements to get into the association was to be in the industry for 5 years. Now you've got lots of. Yes, I understand that you have lots of mushroom event management event management companies coming up, but out of 10 coming up, maybe 2 has the potential to be a great event company, maybe 5-10 years down the line. Shouldn't the association guide them in some way without completely banishing them because do not have experience of 5 years to be a part of us?
No, definitely we are not punishing them. You know, we will start programs, for example, training programs, right? We can invite them for training programs. So for us to start with, first we thought, okay, we need to bring companies that are working for the last 30 years together first.
Right.
And that's very, very tough. It's not the easiest thing because you have people who are not geared or ready to join us,
Right.
even though you've been in the industry for 10 years. Because some people are not used to working together as a team. You know, some would prefer, okay, no, I'm here on my own, I'm going my own way. I don't want to join and bunch of people and do things together. So first we need to get the people in the industry, bring them together, sit, and let's get this going first.
Right.
So once we finish our membership drive and we got all the members, and you know, after the first year, yes, we will have the AGM, we will have our meetings, and then as we go along, we can change the constitution. Depending on, you know, I mean, if there is a company doing fantastic work and they are serious, they are in the industry only for 2 years,
Right.
then we will begin the amendments to the constitution as to how we can include them in the association.
Right. Right.
But to start with, it's really tough to bring
The big
people
boys.
together. Wow, it's not easy, right?
Right.
Because I mean, you know, different ideas, different walks of life. I mean, people
Why is this industry so competitive, Roshan? I mean, you are working it's the entertainment industry. You're supposed to be entertaining individuals. You're supposed to be making individuals happy at the end of the day. Yes, you're right. Everybody, obviously, in this industry clearly needs to hold hands and work together, especially in a situation like this. But why is this so cutthroat and so difficult to get along? What's the reason? You've been in this industry over 25 years. I mean, you should be in the right position to actually answer that question for us.
see if you actually sit at one of these committee meetings, that you'll be amazed to see how we interact with each other.
Right.
Here is an industry. For example, my secretary in the association, right? He and I used to not look at it. We used to go for a pitch. Sometimes we walk out and we don't even greet each other. I mean, after we formed the association, he would give me a call and say, Roshan, I haven't heard from you. How are you doing?
Okay.
Right? We sit and have a drink together.
Right.
You know, after a meeting with the state, you know, enjoy a drink together and we've met up for dinner at least twice.
Right.
These were hardcore competitive companies.
Right. Right.
Right. And I can see that we are going to move forward.
Okay.
Right. So this association is going to change that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's just that we need to educate the rest to make
Right.
them understand. Come on, let's join hands. Let this competition and trying to kill each other and doing the industry. What you're doing is by not coming together, you're doing the industry. They are doing issues, they are having issues.
Right.
Let's iron out our problems.
Right.
I have had personal issues with members of the company.
Right.
We've fought, we've argued, we've insulted each other, but now all that's put behind.
Right. Right.
That's what's nice.
Right.
So that's why I'm positive about the EMA, that we can work together and we have to get out of this mentality that, look, number of events you need to do. Some have this thing, I need to do 20 events a month, I need to do 30 events a month.
Right.
To achieve your target of 30 events a month, you're doing events virtually at cost. So my thing is, why are you doing that? Just make that money doing 10 events.
Right.
You can't get into that number games.
Right. Right. Right.
Produce a good show, you know, do 10 events, charge at normal rates, and you have the same turnover
Right.
than doing 30 events.
Right. Right.
But it takes a time to educate everyone. And I know you'll do it, and it's going to happen for sure.
No, really. I mean, looking forward. Honestly, looking forward. I mean, I see. I follow the page. I obviously. I mean, we're friends on Facebook, and I see all the pictures that are coming up. And looks like in the last, obviously, it's very evident in the last 4 or 5 months, you've made a lot of headway into the association. Individuals are getting together. You can see all the old faces, all the big boys, so to say, are coming together and looking forward to making sure that this industry actually moves forward. So I'm going to wish you all the very best for this. And by all means, if there's anything that we can do in helping with the association, by all means, we will definitely be there. Because, like you said, I mean, we're all in it together. And we've all been in this industry. We're all in it together. And see how we can obviously help each other and move forward with this.
I mean, I must tell you, you win the evening because our meeting finished at about 6:37.
Right.
And well, we would have walked across for a glass of wine, and I would have been still having some wine with the committee members. Unfortunately, you dragged me home to go online. So there goes my drink with the committee guys and having a lovely evening.
Yeah, but I've seen your wine cellar. I've seen your wine collection. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
But it's nice. I think it's very positive, and I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I mean, certainly looking forward to obviously how the association shapes up, which is something that this country definitely needs. So we'll take that forward. We're in the tail end of our conversation, which we basically do something very, light-hearted with our guests on all the shows. We obviously have something called the Final Five. Five could be uncomfortable questions for you, but we just want you to basically answer it as truthful as possible. Just chill, relax, sit back, and see how we can actually get these questions across. So I got 5 questions for you. Here's your first one. This is your first question. Which one of your supercars would you never sell, even if you're down to the last cent?
Wow. Okay, I think I don't think I'll sell my Wrangler, a Jeep Wrangler.
Really?
I have a lot of fun. Yeah. Because it's something that I can enjoy with friends and family. Do a lot of off-roading, do a lot of. So car basically it's good for me to drive alone and enjoy.
Right.
But I can do much more with the Wrangler.
Now that Wrangler has seen almost every part of Sri Lanka, hasn't it?
We do a lot of expeditions with the Jeep Club. There's one
Right.
coming up first week of October, a 4-day
Right.
trip.
Right.
We go to all corners of the country. A lot of off-roading.
So it's the Wrangler. The Wrangler is the one that you're going to basically hold on to. Till death do us part is the
Yes.
Wrangler.
Yes.
All right. Here's your second question on the show. Would you rather have unlimited international first class tickets or never have to pay for food at any restaurant? The reason we asked you this is the fact that you love to travel. And like I said, we always bump into each other in almost all the restaurants in Colombo. So you love to eat out and you love to travel. Which one would you rather have?
Well, I think for me, never have to pay for food in any restaurant. Yeah, because for me, traveling is, I don't travel out a lot.
Right.
Right. I mean, I don't mind going out, but I enjoy my rounds in Colombo and, around the country.
Right.
I'm basically a typical Sri Lankan boy. I enjoy the country.
So you'd rather basically not to pay food at any other restaurant and not to pay for food at any other restaurants. All right, good.
I hope
I bet. That's where we always bump into each other. Question number 3 for you. Would you succumb to a long credit period just to hold on to a prestigious client? Or would you rather give it up for a small client who pays on time?
I work with clients who pay.
Okay.
I always work with clients who pay on time. And I've never had issues in general over the last 30 years in getting money from my clients.
Right. Okay. That pretty much answers the question, third question. Here's your fourth question on the show. Do you believe in asking for 3 quotes when you shop around for expensive things, or would you buy based on impulse and regret later?
Impulse and regret later. Never you just go and buy what you want. And come home, some couple of months down the line, you'll be hitting your head on the wall.
Okay. Your final question on the show. In your opinion, and in this line of work, who would you call a difficult client? Someone you wouldn't think twice before accepting the event again?
A difficult client, basically, most clients are difficult in the sense because they are excited about their event and they want them.
Right.
But I will always get a client who would let us do our part.
Right.
And when we explain, if they want something done in a different way, how it could go wrong. But what happens is when an event goes wrong, it reflects bad on us. And we tend to lose a lot of work. So
Right.
basically, what I ask the clients to do is be to the experts. Because this is what we do, this is what we do day and night. And so if a client is basically insisting on things, getting us to do the wrong thing, I rather handle it.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, Roshan, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, and looking forward for more great things coming out from the association. And like I said, I mean, everybody in the industry clearly needs to come together to make sure that the industry moves forward. And we're all behind that. At the end of the day, the entertainment industry is something that we all belong to. And we all have been, we're all very passionate about the entertainment industry in different walks of life and different situations. So here's wishing that the association, I sincerely hope that there's a radio association, but nobody's come up with that. But I don't know. I mean, you know, that's another competitive field that we can talk about.
And you can see how difficult it is to bring that lot together. Same with us, but you get there. I'm sure you can.
That lot don't even call each other. At least you guys call each other. Roshan,
Thanks for having us on behalf of the EMA, from the members to the committee. Thank you for having us on Pod Hub, and pleasure being here. And thank you very much for your support.
Not a problem. Thanks so much for accepting our invitation, and all the very best with the association, and hopefully we will definitely be in touch.
Thank you very much. All the best to you too.
Not a problem. Thanks so much. Roshan Wijeyaratne, the president of the EMA, right here on Pod Hub. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. We got a super entertainment segment coming up on the other side of this break right here on Sit Back with Shaq. Quick break. We will be back.